trade their bodies to go and get the role. They get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal.
Seriously, how many dudes do you know who haven't sacrificed their values for a shot at fame in Hollywood? It's rare to come across someone who hasn't sold even a piece of their soul for success. And that's exactly why Terrence Howard is going viral right now, like he just won an election or something. People are asking the big question: how did Terrence manage to become a Hollywood A-lister without getting caught up in the mess? Especially now that he's reportedly claiming he turned down Diddy, yes, Diddy, for allegedly trying to get down with him. Now here's the gag. It's not just what Diddy allegedly did, it's how he did it. The way Terrence described the encounter has the internet connecting dots, saying it sounds eerily similar to how
he says things, he doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. He says something fabulous and he goes, yo, no, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party. What are you talking about? When people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. When you see Jadakiss put his head down, like, while we stuck here right now, and the cameras is rolling, everybody see, don't make like it's just me, man. Fluffy do some like, a little fluffy stuff.
Now you guys,
like he said something to me one time, a long time ago. He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You gonna make me mess up the way. Let me get out of no. Take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
Diddy supposedly approached others, and honestly, it's raising eyebrows. Let's break it down. Terrence didn't say it's 100% true, but he's not denying it either. And come on. When a grown man tells another man he wants to hang out for no business reason, no contract talks, and no prior friendship, it starts to feel less like networking and more like courting. That's why people are taking Terrence's word seriously.
He invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to... That's what my assistant...
And this isn't the first time Diddy's been accused of making unusual moves. Remember when 50 Cent talked about Diddy inviting him to a party and even offering to take him shopping? Yeah, fans are pulling up those receipts too. People are starting to believe Terrence's claim that Diddy used his wealth and power to lure young, ambitious talents into questionable situations. According to Terrence, some of the alleged victims ended up turning to substances, trying to cope, numb the pain, or escape the trauma of what they experienced. He specifically mentioned that
Wasn't Puffy interested in working with you also?
Yeah, Puff, I was running around with Puff for a minute, but we was just partying, man. Puff liked to party. So that's basically all we did. I think the few times I was running around with D-Mac and Puff, we just did a bunch of partying. We might have went to the studio once or twice, but I didn't get to record nothing. I was just...
Those who went to Diddy's parties were among them. That's a serious accusation. And then Justin Bieber gets thrown into the conversation. Terrence reportedly said, "It's exactly what's going on with Justin Bieber." Now, we don't know if Justin willingly participated in anything. He was allegedly underage when he attended some of those parties. But fans are pointing out how strange Justin's behavior has been over the years, and how rumors about Diddy gifting him luxury items might tie into all this. It's a mess. A big one. People are now painting Diddy as someone who used his status to manipulate and control artists on the rise, holding them in a metaphorical chokehold. As one fan bluntly put it, "I think Diddy tried to bend everyone over." Still, others are applauding Terrence Howard.
When you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the Puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You should have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are, and that's what the business...
Howard for standing firm in his values. One fan said, "For the first time on the internet, I've met a real man who won't compromise his ethics for fame. Well done. New fan in me." So what do y'all think? Is Terrence Howard telling the truth? Did Diddy really try to make a